Okay. Now, in some games, some other games, when multiple people are there, and sometimes you can pass your turn, like especially in some card games, etc. I've seen that sometimes you can pass your turn and you can say, okay, next one player plays. But in chess, it is not like that. It is both players have to play. They cannot say that I will pass the move, right? So this is a very important rule, and this also has a bearing because sometimes you win just because of this rule, because what happens is there is a position where the opponent who is trying to defend would not like to make a move, but he is forced to make a move. Okay, and then you have to take benefit of that and win it, or the other way around. Okay, it is both the ways. You can also draw because of this rule. But what is this rule? And this is called, there is a German word for this. It is called as Zugzwang. Okay, or Zugzwang, depends on how you pronounce it. But it is a German word, and what it means is that it is a situation in which the fact that you have to make a move becomes a disadvantage. Ideally, you would have wanted the other side to make a move, okay? But you have to make a move and that becomes a disadvantage, okay? And this especially happens in end games. And look at this position here, the first position that is there, okay?
Sir, in the first positions, if you do anything, it is a draw only.
No. But if it is white, see, so look at it. If it is black to move, then what will happen?
Sir, if it is black to move, then white will win.
Because black, where will he put the king?
Sir, but then also if the black king moves it to f7, then the white pawn will promote a queen. But then
No. Wait. That is the thing.
I can answer that.
White will not immediately promote the pawn. White will put his king to d7 first.
Yes, so that he can still protect the pawn when it becomes a queen and block the king from coming back.
Correct. You got it. See, what if it is black to play, then black has no option other than playing king to f7, right? So I'll put this on the board. No problem. I will put it. Okay. So to the board editor, clear board, pawn is here. Let us say, and black king is here and white king is here. If it is black to play, okay, if it is black to play, see, I'll flip it. See, black has no option. He cannot go here, he cannot go here, he cannot go here. So only option is here. And then you don't immediately promote the pawn. You just protect, get the king to protect, and then everything is losing. Then because no matter what you do now, next move, you are going to win, make the pawn into a queen. And I hope all of you remember how to checkmate with a queen. Just in the end game, only with queen left. Huh? That is what, yeah.
Sir.
What? Yeah, Chetan? Everybody knows, huh? You have to remember, huh? No point in forgetting, because you have to build on top, right?
But probably at the point where you become or you make the queen, the black side would resign at that point.
Yeah, so I mean, normally black can play sometimes, play on sometimes, but you should know very quickly how to checkmate this, right? You should do this. Fine. Now look at the same position, and if it is, so black, suppose black to play, it is losing, okay? But what if it is white to play? It is now the same position, it is white to play. Now what happens?
Sir, a stalemate if white king keeps it to e6.
Sir, white king, if he keeps it to e6, then it's a stalemate. But if it moves somewhere else, then it is a draw.
So in both cases, it is net, it is a draw, right? Because if white wants to protect the pawn, then he has to go to e6, but then black gets a stalemate. And if white does anything else, if he moves, then black will kill the pawn, and then also it's a draw. So stalemate is also a draw, and this is also a draw, right? So what net, what happened is, in this position, whichever side had to move was at a disadvantage, right? If it was black to move, then white has got advantage. But the side which is to move is losing here. I mean, the defending side, if it is to move, losing, and the attacking side, if it is to move, it is only drawing. It is not able to win, right? This is what is known as Zugzwang. Okay, Zugzwang is when, and actually this is mutual Zugzwang because both sides ideally would like to pass. If their turn is there, then they would like to pass, but passing is not possible. So whichever side has to make a move has to compromise their position, and they get. So if they are drawing, then they lose the game. If they are winning, then they end up drawing the game, right? So yeah, Pradyun.
Sir, what is the difference between stalemate and draw?
Oh, stalemate is like a forced draw. Okay, there is actual matlab result point count wise there is no difference. Okay, the way the points are counted, it is same. It is just that in the thing it is written as stalemate means the opponent did not have any way to move at all. So there was no game was possible. But in draw, it is possible to make a few more moves, but it is not possible to win. So game can proceed, but it is not going to end. But in stalemate, game cannot proceed itself because there is no move, legal move, right?
Okay.
That is what is the difference.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So now this concept of Zugzwang is so important that you have to really understand it, and you have to keep understanding it at more and more depth. There are certain positions you will be surprised that it is possible to win only because of this Zugzwang. See, one is this position itself with a pawn, right? If there was no Zugzwang, if there was no Zugzwang or if there was no forcible rule to move, then black king here to move, he will say, I don't want to make a move. And then white cannot promote the pawn. And if white cannot promote the pawn, then white cannot win also, right? But so Zugzwang is different. It's so much important. Not only that, actually, it is important even in case of a, what do you call? I will show you. Even in case of a move like this, not this. Okay, white has got an extra rook. Black has got a king here, and white has got a king here, let us say. Okay, I think that is the position that I have shown. Yep. Now look at this position. White can so who is to play here? Let me see. Or what is the thing? It is white, even though I think black to play loses. Yeah. Okay. So black to play here obviously loses. Okay. And so I will only look at white to play, because what? Just imagine if black to play, even if he puts the king to h8, we'll just see. Black to play. What will happen in this position if black to play? If he moves here, then what is it? Checkmate, right? Rook bishop to 8. What if he king moves to
Sir,
h8?
the other king will move to G6.
Correct. King to G6, and now black has to make a move. Only one move that is there here, and then again you give a checkmate, right? So this is what happens if it is black to move. See, black to move. Black, if there was no forcing thing to black, if black could pass the move, then actually you will find that no, in spite of being a rook up, you cannot win this game. You can win this game only because black is forced to make a move, and then only because in this position, I suppose if I were to give you, you just make howsoever moves white you want to make it. Okay, then and black has the option of passing the moves, then you cannot win this actually. Okay, because black will do in this position, black will say pass, and if white moves this king here, then black will move his king, and then again you will not be able to checkmate. So black will selectively sometimes move, sometimes not move, and if that happens, then you will not be able to win also. Okay, so that is why it is very, very important, this rule. Yeah, Athar, actually there can be multiple leaders. I will make Siddhi also leader in the team, Leech's team, so that she will be able to also make
I
that.
wanted that question. I'm just like, why are you keeping me leader? So I can also make it, or what?
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, multiple.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So coming back to thing. So Zugzwang, everybody understood? Zugzwang is when you have to force to make a move when you don't want to make a move. That situation is called as Zugzwang, but you don't have option. Okay. Now look at, there is one more funny position. Okay, not funny, it is instructive position. Okay, let me put the black pawn on e4, white pawn on e3. white king on g4 and black king on c3. Okay. If it is white to play, let us look at this position, white to play. Okay. White to play. What would you play here?
So can I tell?
Yes.
G3.
Huh?
G3.
Not c3. Where is the c3?
No, G3.
Oh, king to g3. Okay, king to g3. Yeah, king to g3 is good. Okay, king to g3 is a good move. Okay, or king to
Sir, but then the black king will come to d4.
black king will come to, not, he cannot come to d4. He can come to d3 because d4 is protected by the white pawn. Where can black king play?
Sir, he can go to d3, he can go to d2, he can go to c2.
Ah, okay, okay. Let us see one by one. Let us see one by one. Okay. If king goes to d3, okay, then you know what white plays? What is white's best move here?
To F4.
Correct. King to f4. Now white is protecting his pawn, attacking the opponent's pawn. Okay, attacking, and now black king, where will he move? He cannot move to d4. Okay, wherever he moves now, he will lose the pawn. Right? He's going to lose the pawn, and not only that, after that he's going to lose the game also, because the once the pawn is moved, then white king will protect his pawn and take it slowly all the way to the queening square. Right? So what happened is, in this position, white has put black by moving to f4. White has put black into zugzwang, now we'll call it. Now black is forced to make a move. Ideally, if black could pass, then it is okay. But black cannot pass the move. So he has to make a move somewhere here. And wherever he moves, all these options, he will lose the pawn. Right? So ideally, if black did not want to get into this, then what black should have played? Black should have played king to b2 here. Okay.
But sir, then the white king would come to f4.
White king will come to f4. Very nice. And now black will play king to d3. Now it is the reverse position. Now it is white. Now black is defending this pawn, attacking this pawn. It is white's turn to move. And
So whenever the king moves, black will kill the pawn.
so wherever the white king moves, all these options that are there. Now, even if he goes here, black will kill this pawn, and then he will slowly push this pawn with the help of the king and get it to him. So you saw in the same position, depends on how you play, it can become that one side has to become zugzwang or the other side becomes zugzwang. So this position is called as mutual zugzwang actually. Okay, whichever side has to move can actually is going to lose this game. No, in this case, whichever side is to move, actually white can win it by playing this. But if he plays something like this, then black plays this. Now it is so white, if white makes a mistake, then black puts him into zugzwang. Okay, fine. So you have understood this concept called zugzwang. It is important, and it is especially important in pawn endgames. Okay. So I have shown a slightly different example which happens after the thing. So it is whatever happens after this, right? So we said that here. Now this kind of position I have showed it in the diagram, because now in this position, if it is black to move, black loses. If it is white to move, white loses. So that is what I have shown it in the handout here. Okay, mutual zugzwang. Okay. Now there is one more concept. We will look at one more concept called as a fortress. Okay, fortress is something in endgames. It happens when one side has got a very big material advantage. What is material advantage? Material advantage means like you have extra powers. You have rook, or maybe you have got a bishop, or you have got a knight extra, etc. Okay, so that is when you have got a end game, you have got overwhelming material advantage. But still, if you cannot win, there are positions in which it can happen, right? Can it happen? It looks unbelievable, but we have to understand that it is possible. So let us look at an example, not just think about it. Let us clear the board. let us give black the advantage this time. Okay. Black has got a bishop extra and white has got only a king. Okay.
The king
I
is in the
will-
wrong.
So black to play. Let us give the move also to black. Okay. Even if it is black to play and it has got a passed pawn as well as a bishop extra and the move, and still black cannot win this. Okay, can you try? Does everybody know how to draw this, or you think black can win this? You can try winning it. Anyone?
Sir, king to a3,
Huh?
white to a3.
Yeah, it is black to move. I have given the move to black. So that so black, you should try to win it. So you play from the black side and try to win.
Sir, king to b3.
King to b3 cannot.
No, wait, sorry.
B4.
Yeah.
B4, right? Fine. So king to b4, and then white will play king to a2.
Sir, bishop to e6.
Okay, bishop to e6 check, and white plays king to b2 again.
Sir, pawn to a3.
Pawn to a3, very nice. And then white plays king to b1.
Sir, pawn to a. No, what is it? Yeah, a2.
Pawn
No, sir.
King to b2.
Sir, king to c4.
King to c4 and king to a1.
Sir, couldn't the king
Actually,
kill the pawn?
Actually, you can
Actually,
kill the
right.
pawn. Actually, you can kill the pawn here. So king to c4 is not a good move. King to a4 maybe,
Yes, sir.
right? And then, but still king to b1. Okay.
Sir, then I'll do if that
Sir,
will
this
be
is
a
a stalemate.
stalemate.
Yeah, it's a stalemate, right? It's a stalemate.
So, sir, the
can't win.
bishop you have to move now.
So go back. Let us go back and see some other move. Can someone else wants to try? It is black to move, and black is trying to win.
Sir,
Yeah.
what will happen if the black king moves to b4?
Yeah, black king moves to b4. Perfect. And we said king to a2.
Pawn to a3.
Pawn to a3. Good. And white will move king to a1.
King to b3.
King to b3 is a stalemate now, because white king cannot move here, cannot move here, cannot move here, and no other move, no other piece, no other pawn. So it is a
Oh, no, wait. Instead of the king, the no, wait.
Sir, pawn to a2.
pawn to a2, then white king will kill the pawn.
Wait. How about
Sir,
king to
checkmate is not-
c3?
Huh?
King to
C3.
c3.
Then king to a2.
Oh. This is getting confusing.
Yeah, you know what, and I think Atharvan knows about this because he talked about the right concept here. This game is drawn actually. Theoretically, it's a draw. And why? Because the bishop is considered of the wrong color. What do we mean by that? What it means is whenever a pawn is there and a bishop is there and you are trying to promote the pawn, it's a rook pawn, okay, not anything else. Whenever it is a side pawn, either A or H5, then it depends on whether the opponent king is able to control the queening square or not. And if opponent is able to, king is able to control the queening square and the bishop cannot give a check to that king. So see here, this queening square is a dark square, the bishop is a light square. Okay. And white king is already here. So if this king gets into this corner position of the pawn and you cannot drive him away, then it becomes a draw. Okay. So this is a theoretical draw, it is called as. No matter how many, because even though you have tremendous power, but you cannot win this. But if this bishop was not on the light squares, but if it was on the dark square, then this would be a win for black. I will just show it to you. what does this mean? Okay, so instead of this black to play, let us put the bishop on 1k6b, right? On where is that? 5b2. Instead of that, let me make this 6b1. Let me make this a dark squared bishop. And now you will find that it is very easy to win this. How you will go about winning it? Now you just try the same strategy. Now it will work. Now actually you will be able to win.
Sir, bishop to f6. Sir, we will move the bishop to f6.
Okay, then king goes to a3.
Sir, then the king to b5.
King to b5. Now white king cannot move here, here, here. So white king will move to a2.
Sir, then the black king to b4.
Correct. And now white king cannot play here, 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 here. So he has to play here.
Sir, then the pawn to a3.
Better is king to b3 is better. Because now you are saying you cannot come here, you cannot come here, you cannot come here, you cannot come here. So where do you go? You go here.
Sir, then you start moving the pawn.
Yeah, then you start moving the pawn.
Sir,
Now,
the pawn to a3.
now even if the king goes back here, now you can very safely push the pawn.
And now the king cannot come over there.
Yeah. So king has to come here.
And now checkmate.
Not mate. I mean, it will happen mate in a few moves, but you have got a queen, right?
So you are in advantage position.
Yeah. So you will be able to very well see just the bishop of which color is there, that determine the game. And this happens only with rook pawns. Okay, if it is any other pawn, if the pawn is not on the rook file, then you have both sides are available to you, and hence you are able to drive the king. Then the king can get into zugzwang, like we saw in earlier position. See, if it is this zugzwang can happen, this kind of a zugzwang can happen only if the pawn is on the any of the squares from B to G, B, C, D, E, F, G. But if the pawn is on say A or H, then the king in front of the pawn will caught in the corner, and it will not be zugzwang, it will be stalemate. Okay. So this is a principle that you have to remember. Okay. So this is a very, there are sometimes there is another example I will show it to you. Okay. Which is also a fortress, we call it as a fortress. Okay. So look at this position here. White has got a pawn all the way up to here. White is just one step away from queening. Okay, but black has got a white has got a bishop of the wrong color. It is white to play. If it is black to play, then this is anyway a stalemate, right? But if it is, let us give the chance for white to play. Look at this, white has got a protected passed pawn, one step away from queening. Okay. Can you win this from white side? What will you play for white?
Sir, we have to play our king only, otherwise it will be a stalemate.
So where will you move the king? Pradyumna, where will you move?
Sir, king to e7.
Yeah, king to e7, but you know what? It is also a stalemate because black king cannot move here, cannot move here, cannot move here. This pawn is blocked, so it is a stalemate, right? So you have to give space to the king. King to f6 will also be a stalemate. So king to d6 maybe, okay, so that the game can proceed. Right?
So now the king can move to f7.
Yeah, Moksh, if you are to play black, where will you move the king? King has got only one more really. Right?
f7.
F7, correct. Now you try to play for white. White has
Sir,
got
now
a
you move the bishop, I'm telling you.
Okay, where?
To e5.
E5, okay, all right. And
No wonder the king comes there.
So black again moves to G8. Now I wait, Arrow. Now I want someone else to say. Maybe Suzanne or Atharv or Chetan or Shreya. What you want to play for white? Shreya, maybe. Shreya, I think.
Sir, can I tell?
Okay, Chetan, go ahead.
Sir, D7.
King
King.
to D7. Fine. And as black again, I play king to F7.
Sir, now the white king to D8.
White king to D8. And again, I am playing to G8. Okay,
Sir,
Suzanne,
again white king to C7.
king to C7. Fine. I am happy to come to F7.
So this is going to end up as a draw.
Yeah, this is going to end up in a draw because you are not able to make progress. If you try to catch the black king, then it becomes a stalemate actually. You are not able to give a checkmate, but you are able to give a
Sir,
stalemate.
what if you take the pawn to G8?
Yeah, you take the pawn to G8 and white king takes it. Now,
Sir, it's still a stalemate.
it is not a stalemate yet. You can always play it.
No, sir.
It's a draw.
Can't. It's a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Sir,
in the
now
sense,
the bishop to
Can't checkmate
F4.
with only bishop and king.
see, you can always go to bishop and place it here in front of the pawn, but still black will keep moving between G8 and F7 and you cannot drive him away. Why you cannot drive him away? Because G8 and F7 are light squares and the bishop is on a dark squares.
Sir, if it was a bishop was on the dark square or the light square,
If the bishop was on the light square, you would have won it.
yes, sir.
You would have won it. Okay. So it makes a lot of difference. Okay. So that is why I wanted to introduce you this concept today called fortress. Okay. Because in end games, it is not just because you have extra bishop.
Sir,
doesn't
in that
mean-
you could put the bishop to E6.
Yeah, you could put the bishop to E6 and then either it will be a checkmate or the black king would have to go to from F7, he will have to go to E8, make way, and then you will push the pawn straight away, right? So that is what would have happened if the bishop was of light squares. But the bishop is on dark squares and you are not able to, your pawn position is such that what you are interested, the blockading squares are light squares and you are not able to get it, right? So this is what can happen sometimes in end games. Okay, so inspired, look at this. Does anybody of you would have thought that in such a position black will draw when you look at this position, or when you look at,
There might be a way to win. Let me see. Wait,
right?
go forward again. There
this-
might be a way to win.
Hmm?
No,
Sir, if
on the
the
bottom
black
two were just
blank
that.
Yeah, just looking at it, you would have thought, oh, it's a easy win. It is almost.
No, sir, and the end position we were just at before you went back here. I think that was the way to win.
Oh, the way to win. How?
Yeah, move the bishop back to like
E5,
E5.
king to
And
F7.
then you move there. Then you move the bishop to D6.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Sir, now bishop to F4.
Bishop to F4 and then king to F7.
Then sir, king to D6.
King to D6. So
Sir, now king to E6.
king to E6.
Now sir, king to F6.
So
Sir,
Sir, the black bishop to give check to the king.
yeah, even then it would have gone to the same thing. Even if you had checked the king, then also king would have gone to G8. Now,
Sir, this puzzle is never ending.
King, no wait, king to E7. King to E7.
king to E7, then king to,
Now bishop to no wait, no. Wait.
Sir,
Bishop to E5.
Bishop to E5, king to G8.
sir, we're gonna put white king on F8.
Okay, you put it on F6, and black has got momentarily, he has got an option of coming to F8 also.
Sir, bishop to D6.
You cannot, you saw it, it cannot. See, we have, black is always able to find a way. And if you do something,
Sir,
yeah,
the white king to E7.
yeah, then I will go to,
Then now check the king with the black bishop.
and king will go to G8. Same thing we saw.
Sir, when the black king was at the corner, can we also put the white king at F8?
F8 you
give-
can put it and it is a stalemate. Or F7 is also a stalemate. Right? So you saw this. So no matter, even though it is not a thing. So that is what actually I want to just leave you with that. So look, go through this handout and remember that these concepts are very, very important. There is some more things that I'm going to cover it in the next class. Okay, called as sacrifice. Sacrifice is also very important in thing. And then go look at the second page. I have given some homework exercise for you. So please do that. Very, very simple exercises I have done. Okay, so but that you need to do. Okay, yeah, Chetan.
Sir, can you make the team tournament at 7:20?
7:20 we can make it. Who is going to set it up actually? So you know what, actually join, please join back, because okay, so actually don't join back. I will make the team tournament, but to please watch it carefully, because otherwise you'll make some mistakes while making it. So this time, Siddhi, you just watch it again. Okay, just watch it again. How I
Sir, next week, can you make me?
Yes, I will give you next week. Okay. So now you guys are in which team? Morpheus L2A, right?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, we're in MCL
sir.
1
Okay,
June.
L1 June only. Okay, fine. So in the June we go and create something called as team tournament here. Okay, team tournament. Name we remove it so that it will give some automatically. It will give some nice name of some grandmaster. Clock initial time we say start 7 minutes. How many increment? 3 seconds. Right? 7 plus 3 is what we play. What is the duration? Normally we play for 1 hour, and it is now it is already 7:10. I want to start it in 10 minutes, so it is 10 minutes, and I just go in advanced settings and just remove this berserk and allow berserk and arena streak. Okay, then I have created this
Sir,
tournament.
can you put arena sticks?
No, arena sticks I will not put. And now
I
I'm going to take this. See this URL. I'm going to take it. Let me stop recording.